Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Listen, you guys, I have to sit out here because listen, clearly in Devon we committed too many sins in 2024, and so the Lord is punishing us for 2024 because it is too hot. We can't even be in the house, okay? So, listen, you guys, I want to tell you this story. I have to say, the first time that I heard about this story was earlier this morning when I saw somebody talking about it on TikTok, and I was like, this is a story happening in South Africa, and nobody's talking about it. Is it real? I went and I looked for the story, and I found it, you guys. News 24 reported on this story. In fact, this case is still in our court system because you guys, Usbongile, I think that is the mother, is suing the Department of Health because of what happened with this story. Okay, so Usbongile, you guys, 22 years ago goes to the hospital to give birth, like most of us have done, you guys, because she's pregnant, and she's pregnant with the twins. Everything goes well. She gives birth to two beautiful baby girls. She goes home, the husband is happy, the family is happy, they see nothing wrong in anything. Okay, the twins, though, are not identical twins, which happens, you guys. Have you ever had a crazy thought like me when you see twins that are not identical? Because sometimes, you guys, the twins will not be identical, but you can still see that it's twins. Okay, it's like my sisters, we are siblings, so there is some resemblance in us, okay, as the siblings, even though we don't look exactly the same. But sometimes with the twins that happens, but sometimes they will not even be looking like their siblings. Have you ever had a crazy thought that what if these kids are not twins? Okay, anyway, so she comes back home, beautiful kids, she names them Uzandi. Nozandile raises them as her own, of course, because they are her twins, her and her husband. Okay, everything is well, lovely family until, you guys, 2018. Okay, Zandi, one of the twins, you guys, go to some sporting event in a certain area where she doesn't normally go to. When she gets to that area, while she is participating in the sporting event, people keep calling her Mbali. And every time they will call her Mbali, she's like, guys, I'm not Mbali, I am Zandi. But people are like, what do you mean you are Mbali? She keeps correcting the people until she asks the people, "Kanti ubani lo Mbali?" They're like, "Hi, but who Mbali?" The people are like, "You are Mbali." She's like, "I'm not Mbali. Who is Mbali?" They're like, there is a girl that looks exactly like you. Her name is Mbali. She goes home that first time. She tells her mother. Of course, everybody is like, "What?" You know, but they let it go. Sometimes we just look like strangers. Okay. Then, you guys, another event happens and she goes there again, and that happens again. She comes back home. She's like, "Ma, people are really calling me by Mbali." Okay, now she goes. The mother goes to work, tells her colleagues, something really crazy is happening here. People are saying my daughter looks like somebody that we've never even met. Okay, her name is Mbali. Okay. Now, her colleagues, I guess, just curious about the story, they decide to help her to do some investigations. They end up finding this Mbali, okay? When they see the Mbali that they are looking for, they are shocked because Mbali looks exactly like Uzandi. Like if Zandi was an identical twin to Uzandile, this is how Zandile would look like. But Mbali is not Zandi's twin. Zandile is Zandi's twin, but Zandile does not look like Zandi. Now, everybody is puzzled now as to what happened. Now, they do further investigations. They find out these people were born at the same time in the same hospital. What a coincidence that they end up looking the same, but they are from two different parents. Now the mother is going crazy. She's like, I cannot do it. I have to just do the DNA to see if there are any possibilities that there was a mix-up here, because if we are in the hospital that very same week or day or whatever, then there are possibilities that something happened, because she starts feeling like this possibly is my child, because she can also see that the two are looking alike. And it's strange because the child that is supposed to be the twin to Zandi is not looking like Uzandi. Okay, So when they approach Bali's family to present the story, Bali's family, they think this is a crazy, this is crazy. The kids are already grown. No, okay, people look alike sometimes. So what is the issue? They refuse to entertain the story, so they don't. Give permission to do the DNA. Okay, but now all of the kids are confused. Zandi, and also Mbali, now they are confused as to what's happening. So this is what Zandi and Zandile's mother decides to do. Okay, fine, I have two kids. I have Zandi and Zandile. Let me go do a DNA test and just see if these two kids are mine. They go and they do a DNA test, and then they found out that Zandile is not Sibongile's child, Sibongile the mother. Okay, now, this is when they put things together that no, something must have happened here, okay? Because Sibongile now is not Zandile's mother, but she is Zandi's mother. And Zandi looks like Mbali, okay? It takes a couple of years before Mbali's family actually agrees to do the DNA too, okay? After everybody does the DNA that is required, you guys, they find out that Mbali is indeed Zandi's twin. What had happened in the hospital is that they had given Sibongile the wrong child. So they gave her one twin, and then the other one was the wrong child, and then they gave the other child to the other mother, okay? So all of the three kids were well and healthy, but they were just, it was a mix-up in the hospital, okay? Now, you guys, everybody is almost under depression now, okay? In fact, Sibongile says that she did end up even having to take depression medication because this was stressing her out. How can I think that I'm raising my kids, but then my other child is being raised by someone else? And what do we do now? Because this one that is not my child is my child too. It's almost like you want that child that was taken from you, but you don't want to give up on the child that was given to you, okay? So everybody now is mixed up. The person that is not really in a bad situation is Zandi, because Zandi has just discovered she has that person as her twin, but at least she was raised by her own mother. But Zandile and Bali were not raised by their mother. So for the two of them, it is a confusing situation, okay? So now, you guys, with the parents Bagambali, they did not want anything to do with Uzandile, who is really their biological child. They were insisting Bali is their child, and they don't want to now start over with the new child. Whereas Sibongile wanted Umbali, who is her child, to, come back to her. So it's a messed up situation. They've been to, psychiatrists or psychologists, all of that. You can imagine, you guys, just the stress that has to do with this situation. So now she is suing the Department of Health for, I think they said, like 10 million rands, because of all of the pain and suffering that she and the girls have had to go through because of this mix-up at the hospital. Okay. Now, guys, shouldn't we just go do random DNAs on our kids? Because what if these people gave us the wrong kids, okay? Can you believe it? So now, you guys, they're still attending the court case, you guys, because she's suing the department. I think that they should pay every single one of those people that were affected by this story, because how does it happen? Like when you give birth, you guys, immediately they put a name tag thing on the child, and before you even give birth, like on that table, they've already written the name tag thing, and they put it there nicely with your child's surname and whatever, and they is it the patient number and everything. And then when you give birth, immediately they clean the baby, then they put the thing. So then what happens when there is a mix-up? You understand what I'm saying? So I think, you guys, they deserve it, okay? The Department of Health should pay her, should pay the three girls, should pay the other parents. Everybody that has been affected by this should actually be paid. But obviously, because she's the one that is suing Usbongile, she's suing for her and the three girls, because the other parents sort of don't want to be involved, which is strange too, because it's like, did they know that this was happening? But the thing is, why would you want to give your baby to someone else just if it's a healthy baby? Okay, and it's both girls, because if it were the other one was a boy and the other one was a girl, I would say that maybe one parent wanted a boy and then they swapped, or they got the assistance of the nurses to swap the babies. Guys, DNA test your children if they don't look like you or their father, or maybe leave it. Yeah, maybe just leave it. Because where are you going to find the people that you were in the hospital with? Can you imagine? Anyway, you guys, that's what's happening in South Africa 22 years ago. Anyway, thank you so much, you guys, for watching this video. Please tell me what you think about it in the what would you do, you guys? What would you do? Would you want, to do the DNA, or would you be like, maybe let's just leave it? Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumagana, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers in Tanda, of course.